Hello, Mrs. Edwards here to read you another story. And this time my best friend bought me this for my little boy Charlie, and it's called The Way Home for Wilf. And it's a beautiful story by Rachel Bright and illustrated by Jim Field. It's beautiful pictures that I'll try my best to show you. As a rainbow of lights flickered soft in the night, dusting diamonds of ice in a desert of white, the wild whipping wind, it whistled its tune to a howling of wolves and a shimmering moon. And the loudest "Ow!" in his echoing song was a wolfling called Wilf at the heart of the throng. He loved to be fierce and he longed to be grown. He liked to try everything all on his own. "Look at me! I am big, I am tough," he would growl, whilst he showed off his strength and practised his prowl. One night it was time for the wolves to move on. New folks had moved in and their shelter was gone, so they left right away to find a new cave. They would have to walk far and they'd have to be brave. "Let's go," shouted Wilf. "I'm ready to lead." "You're too small," laughed the wolves. "It's an elder we need." "One day," they advised, "you will guide from the front." "I suppose," muttered Wilf, with a huff and a grunt. They struggled through snow as high as their flanks, and leaped over rocks and scaled icy banks. And Wilf gave his all to keep pace and keep up, but strong-willed as he was still just a pup. He kept dropping back with each clamber and climb, as the pack journeyed further away all the time. Exhausted and breathless, he strayed off the track when a blizzard blew in and he lost his way back. Poor Wilf. Wilf longed to howl, "Help!" and to holler it loud, but his throat was too hoarse and his heart was too proud. He lay on the tundra, his tail curled up tight. A blanket of stars was his bed for the night, until crack went the ice, and crack and creak, and Wilf jumped to all floors with a deafening shriek. He stuck out his claws on every limb. He had to hold on because Wilflings can't swim. Then he fell and he fell, rolling and spinning. It felt like the end, but it was just the beginning. Since somebody down there had heeded his scream, and she swooped from beneath like a watery dream. "I'll help you," she called, "just reach for my horn, a majestic and magical sea unicorn." Wilf's pride washed away, and he stretched out a paw, and she lifted him gently back to the shore. "Don't worry," she sung before dipping her brow. "My friend Mr. Walrus will help you out now." And there, right behind him, a huge tusky fellow lifted his whiskers and let out a bellow. "To the ridge," he proclaimed with his chin in the air. "My friend, mighty muskox, will take you from there." And with the waftings of fish and a very loud snort, their journey was made and their travel seemed short. And there, sure enough, on the ridge was the ox, who took Wilf as far as his friend Arctic Fox, who followed his nose through the trees to a goose, who guided him, honking, to an ancient moose. The moose knew these wilds like no other soul. He was steady and true in pursuit of their goal. And as twilight closed in, Moose sang out a call to a flittering, fluttering, tiny fluff ball. A bear moth, who showed Wilf the rest of the way, to the place where his wolfling most wanted to stay. "Thank you!" Wilf waved as he rejoined his pack, and the wolves howled with joy at their wolfling was back. And they huddled him and cuddled him close, and fussed over which wolf had missed him the most. And Wilf, he knew then that when all come together, the darkest of times are easy to weather. So he bowed to the narwhal, ox, walrus and goose, and vowed to the fox and the moth and the moose that if I ever meet one who's strayed off the track, I'll help them along by guiding them back. And true to his words, Wilf is different now, and his world seems much smaller and warmer somehow, since wherever life takes you, wherever you roam, we're all just a handful of friendships from home. Now, there's a very important lesson to learn in that story, and I wonder if you can tell me what you think it is. When things are hard and tricky, you need to be kind, and there is nothing braver than asking for help. So be sure to ask someone if you're stuck. Don't be afraid, don't be embarrassed. Ask them if you're stuck. Absolutely fine. That's what we're all here for. Friends are the best thing ever. See you soon.